Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ekta Bhushan, teaching Anatomy and Physiology of Exercise at Indira Gandhi Institute of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, University of Delhi. I welcome you all to online lecture of CEC-UGC. In this series, we will discuss different topics associated with anatomy and physiology of exercise, but today in particular, we will discuss the topic the excretory system part 2. Life of every organism depends on certain basic processes. Excretion is one among them. Different organisms follow different modes of excretion. In a complex organism including humans, there is a specialized system of excretion called human excretory system. We all obtain our nutrients from different sources which are later digested and metabolized in our body. After metabolic reactions, the body starts to sort out useful and toxic substances in an individual. As we all know, the accumulation of the toxins may be harmful and the body removes all the metabolic waste by the process called excretion. Different organisms follow different modes of excretion such as kidney, lungs, skin and eyes depending on their habitat and food habit. For example, aquatic animals excrete waste in the form of ammonia, while birds and insects excrete the mainly uric acid. Humans produce urea as the major excretory product. Let us have a detailed look at the excretory system nodes to explore the excretory system in human beings, different organs of the excretory system and the mechanism of excretion in humans. So, excretory system, these are the excretory system organs. And in particular today we are going to study about the urinary system. So, in urinary system there is a pair of kidney, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and the urethra. So, let us start with kidney. Kidneys are bean shaped structure located on either side of the backbone and protects by the ribs and muscles of the back. Each human adult kidney has a length of 10 to 12 centimeter, a width of 5 to 7 centimeter and weight around 120 to 170 grams. These kidneys have an inner concave structure. The blood vessels, ureters and nerves enters the kidney through the ileum and which is notched at the inner concave surface of the kidney. So, the renal pelvic, a large funnel shaped space is present in the ileum. It has many projections known as calcaeus. Now, kidneys are reddish brown bean shaped structure present between the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebra. They lie close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. The right kidney is lower and smaller than the left kidney because of the presence of the liver on the right side. The outer surface of each kidney is convex and inner side concave with a notch of ileum. Let's see the cross section diagram of kidney. In this diagram, we can clearly see the cross section of the kidney and we can see the blood vessels. One is the blood vessels in kidney are called renal veins and renal arteries. The outermost layer is called the renal membrane. Then inner substance or the inner layer is called the cortex. We can see the medulla, which we can see the triangle parts that are medulla, and we can also see the ureter also, and triangle ones are also called the renal pyramids because they are shaped of pyramids. Now we will learn about all these parts in detail. So, kidney is converted from outside to inside by three layers, that is renal foci, adipose layer and renal capsule. These covering protects the kidney from external shocks and injuries. The LS of mammalism in kidneys shown an outer cortex and the inner medulla. Inside the kidney, there are different structures like funnel shaped cavity or renal pelvis, cup-like renal calyces and renal pyramids. The cortex spread in between medullary pyramids as renal columns called columns of Bertini. Each kidney is composed of numerous complex tubular structures called nephrons. Now we can see the functions of kidney. So the principal function of kidney is to filter blood in order to remove cellular waste products from the body, excrete toxins and nitrogenous waste, regulate chemical level in blood, maintain water balance, helps regulate blood pressure. At any given time, 20% of blood is in the kidney. Humans can function with one kidney. If one ceases to work, the other increases in size to handle the workload. So the kidney helps to maintain homeostasis by filtering the blood. This is one of the functions of kidney. So the kidney are first feast size bean shaped structure, 2 layers, medulla and cortex, filtering units called nephrons, and the nephrons are also called as the working unit of kidney, renal artery and renal veins. So the next one is the kidney can also excrete other waste products such as urea, a nitrogenous waste produced in the liver from the breakdown of protein. It is the main component of urine. Then uric acid, usually produced from breakdown of DNA and RNA. The last one is creatinine. This is one kind of protein, waste product of muscle action. The next function is kidney have 3 basic functions in maintaining the homeostasis. So homeostasis is to maintain the temperature of our body. So the functions are remove waste from the blood, helps to maintain electrolytes, pH and fluid balances, release key hormones. Now learn about nephrons, which are the working unit of kidney. So nephrons are the function unit of a kidney. Each nephron has 2 parts, glomerular and renal tubule. Glomerulus consist of a bunch of capillaries formed by efferent arterioles. Blood from glomerulus is carried away by efferent arterioles. The renal tubule starts with a cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, and this encloses the glomerulus. The Malpighian body consists of glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. The highly coiled structure in the tubule next to the Bowman's capsule is the proximal convoluted tubule. So this is the structure of nephron we can see, and clean the blood. The main function of nephron is to clean the blood and produce the urine. In this diagram you can see the glomerulus capsule, the Bowman's capsule. The glomerulus capsules have a bunch of arterioles. Then you can see the loop of Henle. They all have a different functions, and then there is a proximal tubule. Then the last one is which is very important, that is the distal tubule. So nephrons are the filtering units in the kidney. They clean and rebalance the blood to produce the urine. There are approximately 1 million nephrons in each kidney. So nephrons are the basic structural and functional unit of the kidney. Each nephron consists of 2 parts, that Malpighian body or a renal capsule and renal tubule. Malpighian body is formed of Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, which filters out large solutes from the blood and delivers small solutes to the renal tubule or for modification. So now let's see the nephrons clean the blood in 3 steps, and we'll start one by one. Let's start the first step, which is the filtration of the blood. So it starts from the glomerulus network of capillaries, and Bowman's capsule enhances the glomerulus. So it filters the water, electrolytes, amino acids, glucose, urea and other small molecules diffuse out of the blood, creating the filtration. So body's entire volume of blood is filtered every 45 seconds. So this is the first step of cleaning of blood, and that is filtration of the blood. The second step is reabsorption of materials. So in this the most important one is the loop of Henle, the collecting duct and from the nephrons. So as the filtered enter the rest of the tubule, most of the materials are reabsorbed into the blood. Materials not reabsorbed make up the urine and which flows into the loop of Henle. Then the third step is excretion of materials. The most important part of the nephron in this one is the collecting tubule. In the loop of Henle, water can be reabsorbed one final time to reduce the volume of urine. The remaining urine flows into the collecting duct that leads to the urethra. Now the ureters. These are the 2 pipes which are attached from the kidney to the urinary bladder. So these narrow tubes carry urine from the kidney to the bladder. Muscles in the ureters walls continually tighten and relax, forcing urine downward away from the kidneys. If urine backs up or it allowed to stand still, a kidney infection can develop. About every 10 to 15 seconds, small amount of urine are emptied into the bladder from the ureters. Now we'll study about the urinary bladder, which are attached to the kidney through ureters. We can see the collection of urine in the urinary bladder. So the urinary bladder is a sac-like structure with muscular walls that holds urine until it is expelled from the body during micturition. The bladder receives urine through 2 ureters, one from each kidney, that enters through opening called ureteric orifices. These orifices are located at the convex fundus of the organ. Urine exits the bladder through urethra. The wall of the bladder are made of smooth muscle, and the inner epithelial lining of this organ consists of a remarkable tissue called transitional epithelium. The cells of that stratified tissue change shaped based on whether the bladder is empty or full, allowing it to remain elastic, accommodating up to the half a liter of urine. In men, the bladder lies on the pelvic floor in the front of rectum. In women, it is located near the ureters, leading to the number of changes to the patterns of maturation during the course of pregnancy, during the course of gestation. These are major changes of blood volume and increase the glomerulus filtration rate. While the bladder itself increases in size, nearly doubling by the end of the 3rd trimester, the enlarged ureters with the weight of the fetus, amniotic fluid, placenta and other tissues can create stress inconsistence. Now the urethra. This tube allows urine to pass outside the body. The brain signals the bladder muscle to tighten, which squeezes urine out of the bladder. At the same time, the brain signals the sphincter muscle to relax to let urine exit the bladder through the urethra. When all the signals occur in the correct order, normal urination occurs. Now, let's see the excretion in human body, that how excretion process occurs during the urinary system and through kidney and nephrons. So, excretion is a process where all the metabolic waste are removed from the body. Excretion in humans is carried through different body parts and internal organs in a series of processes. Diffusion is the most common process of excretion in lower organism. A human body is an exceptional machine where different life processes like respiration, circulation, digestion, etc. take place simultaneously. As a result, many waste products produces in our body in various forms that include carbon dioxide, water, nitrogenous products like urea, ammonia and uric acid. In addition to these chemicals and other toxic compounds from medications and hormonal products are also produced. Simple diffusion is not sufficient to eliminate these wastes from the body. We need more complex and specific processes in order to eliminate waste products. Blood contains both useful and harmful substances. Hence, we have kidneys which separate useful substances by reabsorption and toxic substances by producing urine. Kidney has a structural filtration unit called nephron, where the blood is filtered. Each kidney contains millions of nephrons. Capillaries of kidneys filter the blood and the essential substances like glucose, amino acids, salts and the required amount of water get reabsorbed and the blood goes into circulation. Excess water and nitrogenous waste in humans are converted to urine. Urine thus produced is passed to the urinary bladder via the ureters. The urinary bladder is under the control of the central nervous system. The brain signals the urinary bladder to contact and through the urinary opening called the urethra, we excrete the urine. Let's see the mechanism of excretion in humans. So, the process of excretion in humans take place in the following steps. First one is urine formation. The urine is formed in the nephrons and involves the following steps that are glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption and secretion, which we have just learned in the part of nephrons. The next one is micturition. The urinary bladder is stretched and gets filtered with urine formed in the nephrons. The receptors present in the walls of the urinary bladder send signals to the central nervous system, thereby allowing the relaxation of sphincter muscles to release the urine, and this is called as micturition. Now we will see some of the disorders associated with excretory system. First one is uremia, presence of excessive amount of urea in the blood. Then kidney failure or renal failure, that is partial or total inability of kidneys to carry out the excretion and osmoregulation. Then renal calculi, formation of stone or insoluble mass of crystallized salt that can be calcium, magnesium, phosphorus and oxalates, etc. Then glomerulus nephritis, that is inflammation of glomerulus of kidney. Diabetes insipidus, that is condition characterized by excessive thirst and frequent dilute urination. Now we will study and discuss the ways to keep the excretory system healthy. The first step is drink water. Drink 8 glasses of water each day to keep your excretory system nourished and functioning properly. Water has a dual role in the detox process. First, it flushes your body system and removes toxins and carrying them out of your body. Second, it helps deliver the nutrients your cells need to perform all functions, inducing detox according to the medical clinic. If you are not constantly replenishing your body's water supply, your body reserves its water for its most essential functions. The next one is exercise. Exercise also provides a fresh, highly oxygenated blood supply to the major organs of the excretory system. So, your skin is an important part of the excretory system. One of the way your body excrete toxins is through sweat. When you exercise, you sweat more and you also need more water. Sweat is made up of some of the processes of respiration such as dead cells according to the Franklin Institute. Exercise also provides a fresh, highly oxygenated blood supply to the major organs of the excretory system. Aim to get 30 to 60 minutes of exercise 3 to 5 times per week. The next one is eat a healthy diet. So, include fruits, vegetables, legumes, that are dals, and whole grains are some of the most nutrient rich foods you can give to your body. Like all systems of the body, your excretory system needs a plentiful supply of vitamins, minerals and energy to regulate kidney and liver function and to keep all systems working properly. This is the best accomplished by eating a variety of nutrient dense food. Fruits, vegetables, legumes and whole grains are some of the most nutrient rich foods you can give to your body. Lean proteins and low fat dairy can also provide essential nutrients to your diet. Avoid fast food, processed food, junk food and empty calories to keep your excretory system working as it should be. Aside from being less nutrient dense, these foods typically contain addictive and preservatives that our excretory system has to work hard to process. The next one is avoid toxins. In many cases, slathering these on have the same effect as ingesting them. They enter your bloodstream and must be processed by the liver. So, the more toxins you ingest, the bigger the workload your excretory system has to handle. These are some parts of even a healthy food that the body cannot process and some byproducts of bodily functions that occurs naturally. Then there are some additional elements of waste your system must process. Some ways to avoid these excess toxins are to avoid drugs, alcohol and smoking. Be conscious of the lotion and body care products you use. In many cases, slathering these on have the same effect as ingesting them. They entered your bloodstream and must be processed by the liver. Choose organic food whenever possible to decrease the amount of pesticides you consume. Now we have come to the summary. So human excretory system includes organs that facilitate the removal of nitrogenous waste from the body. The main excretory organ include kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. Kidney filters the blood and urine is the filtrate obtained. Urine passes to the urinary bladder via ureter and is expelled out of the body. This is known as micturition. Kidneys also regulate the osmotic pressure of the mammals blood through the excessive purification and filtration. This is known as osmoregulation. So excretion is one of the most important physiological process accomplished by the excretory system. This system helps in expelling the toxic nitrogenous waste from the body and osmoregulation. It also helps in the filtration of the blood by ultrafiltration. Humans excrete urea which is formed in liver. Besides kidneys, skin, liver, lungs, intestine and salivary glands also helps in excretion of certain substances. This picture shows the injury and disease can damage kidney functions. A kidney transplant can replace damaged kidney. A recipient and donor tissue must match. Drugs prevent tissue rejection. So in this picture, this is a mother and both the daughter and son have given the kidney and some part of liver to the mother. I hope you understood the excretory system and kidney, nephron and its function and how it excretes nitrogenous waste from our body. That's all for today. See you next time. Thank you.